Well, this is a little later than I wanted to get this video out, but hey, sometimes life just gets in the way. But anyway, we're not here to talk about me, we're here to talk about my good friend Mr. J, the clown prince of crime, the jester of genocide, and fish thrower. Look out, Batman! Fucking fish! So yeah, the final trailer for this bizarre, beautiful and slightly unnerving film featuring the clown prince of crime just dropped. So let's not waste any time and take a look at 10 interesting facts about this movie. So if you had questions like what films and comic stories inspired this film, what particular condition did Joaquin Phoenix study for his role in this film, and how many dead pigs did Joaquin Phoenix send his cast members? You know, like some other man did. Anyway, we got the answers for you, except that last one. Oh, would you look at that? It's number 1. So, Joker is an upcoming 2019 film. Unless you're watching this in the future after it's come out, then hello, welcome. How did Brexit go? Are we all fucked? This film has been described as a psychological thriller and has been directed by Todd Phillips and stars Joaquin Phoenix as the title character Joker. In case you've been living under a rock, the film is an origin story based on DC Comics' most popular villain and probably most popular villain of all time, the Joker. It's been reported that this movie is intended to launch a whole new series of films under the banner DC Black. These films are separate from Warner Bros. DC Extended Universe. This film is set in 1981 and follows Arthur Fleck, a failed stand-up comedian who is driven insane and turns to a life of crime and chaos within Gotham City. Number 2. Between 2014 and 2015, Joaquin Phoenix was interested in acting in a low-budget character study type film about a comic book villain like the Joker. Phoenix had previously declined to act in the MCU because he would have been required to play roles he was offered, like the Hulk and Doctor Strange, in multiple films. Likewise, Todd Phillips had been offered to direct comic book based films a number of times but declined because he thought they were loud and just didn't interest him. According to Phillips, Joker was born from his idea to create a different, more grounded comic book film. Todd Phillips proposed to Warner Bros. That DC differentiate its slate from the competing Marvel studios by producing low-budget standalone films. Phoenix said when he learned of the film, he became excited because it was the kind of film he was looking to make, describing it as unique and stating it did not feel like a typical studio movie. Ooh, it's number 3. The script reportedly draws inspiration from Martin Scorsese films such as Taxi Driver, Raging Bull and The King of Comedy, and even, this can't be right, Todd Phillips' Hangover trilogy? Okay. While the film does take inspiration from Alan Moore's novel The Killing Joke, which depicts the Joker as a failed stand-up comedian, Phillips said that it does not follow anything from the comic books directly. In fact, Todd Phillips used elements of the Joker lore to produce an original story. Phillips has stated that the goal was never to introduce Joaquin Phoenix into the comic book movie universe, the goal was to introduce comic book movies into the Joaquin Phoenix universe. It's number 4. After a change in management at the head of DC for Warner Bros., the DC lineup got a massive shake-up, with some planned films being scrapped completely and others being pushed forward. Joker was one that got pushed forward. Martin Scorsese was originally attached as producer for this film but later had to pull out due to other commitments. He was working on The Irishman. It was also confirmed that the film would have no effect on Leto's little gangster Joker, and it was expected to be the first in a new series of DC films unrelated to the DCEU. Principal photography commenced on September 10th, 2018 in New York City under the working title of Romeo. I got 5 on it. Oh, copyright strike. It's been reported that within the film, Arthur Fleck suffers from a condition called pathological laughter, a condition that causes people to experience episodes of uncontrollable laughter and or crying. Phoenix revealed that for the part of his preparation for this role, he watched numerous videos of people suffering from this condition and incorporated elements of it into his performance. Oh, don't believe it, it's number 6. The film follows a small but growing trend within comic book based films and TV shows, that being more darker than the average superhero adaptation and handling more complex and adult themes. This film will also be R-rated. As stated, this isn't anything new within the comic book adaptation world. For example, back in the 90s, audiences were introduced to the film Blade, which featured many violent scenes and harsh language. You know, like fuck. Lately, this trend of superhero films has increased with the likes of Deadpool, Logan and The Boys. This is also the second DC film to have been given an R rating, the other being Watchmen. Number 7, baby. Number 7. According to a few sources, Joaquin Phoenix lost a lot of weight for his role as the Joker. It was so serious that filming could only be done once with no opportunity for reshoots. Todd Phillips even had to write the script during production, but you know, at least he didn't send rats, condoms and dead pigs to his cast members, unlike somebody else. Twat. You wanna know a secret? It's number 8. Some people have pointed out that the Joker's makeup in this film is very similar to John Wayne Gacy's, a serial killer who would often entertain children while dressed as Pogo the Clown. This makeup style was shunned by working clowns at the time, as they strictly prohibited sharp ends in their makeup as it scared children. Yeah, it was definitely the sharp ends in your makeup that scared kids, and not the fact that you're just dressed as a fucking clown. Good heavens, number 9. The Joker has screened at the Venice Film Festival, and reports coming in praise the film quite highly, with some even stating that this may be another milestone in comic book adaptations, much like The Dark Knight and the MCU. The film is even getting some award buzz, with some stating that this film could be a real contender. I say, old chap, it's number 10. In contrast to modern comic book films, Joker was intended to be a standalone film with no planned sequels. However, Phillips said in August 2019 that he would be interested in making a sequel depending on the film's performance and if Phoenix is interested. As stated earlier, Warner Bros. Intends for Joker to launch DC Black, a line of DC comic-based films unrelated to the DCEU, with darker, more experimental material similar to comic book series Elseworlds. Well, there you go, 10 facts about the Joker. So come on then, what are your thoughts on this film? Are you excited for it, or are you not? Or have you already seen it? I'm talking to you, future person. Yeah, you. How's the future? Are we fucked? And hey, if you like this, then why not check out our other Film Facts videos? They cover both film and TV. And if you want to help out the channel, then why not consider subscribing and hitting the bell thingy to stay notified on all our future videos. And if you're feeling extra generous, then why not chuck a like on this video or even share it. Any and all those things really does help us out a lot. But thanks for watching, guys.